All right, all right. I think it is about that time. Let me pull this overlay down. All right, hello everyone. Welcome back to another Flutter Fridays. I am joined again with he's this way for me, with my incredible co-host Xavier. How are you doing
Hi
today?
everyone. Good. How are you?
I'm doing well. Happy New Year. I feel like we haven't done one of these in quite a while now, huh?
What are we on? We're on Happy New Year. We're on Friday the 13th. We're on first Flutter Friday of the year. It's a pretty good day.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to this one. This one's going to be an exciting one, just like all of the previous ones. I hope everyone had a very, very good holiday season. I hope everyone got a very restful time with family, friends, etc. But it is time to get back to business, back to the quiz. So let me add up the slide deck. So welcome to Flutter Fridays, everyone. Let's see. Can we go to the next one to have the instructions on how to join? Yeah. So if you're not familiar with Menti, you can go to the website there, menti.com, on your phone or your computer. Excuse me. I would recommend using your phone and then watching the stream on a computer or TV or however you're watching us. And then it will prompt you for the code there. 24212486, or you can scan the QR code with the camera app, or I think there are QR code readers out there, even with Flutter. I think so, right? I think I've seen QR code readers with Flutter.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Let me turn up the music a little bit. All right.
We do have a bit of a small audience today. We might want to give it a few more minutes.
Yeah, we can definitely wait. What did everyone get up to over the holiday season? What did you get up to, Xavier?
Mostly just visiting family and sleeping. Not much else to it.
You know what? And that's exactly what it's for. That is a pretty good use of that time.
We're up to 9 hearts. Maybe we can move on to our for fun question and then let more people join. So,
all right.
Go ahead, Tyler.
No, it's all yours. You started.
All right. So our fun question here is for no points, and it's who was one of the first Flutter GDs? This is just a shot for you to guess, or if you know, go ahead and put in your answer. We got Randal.
Yeah, we got a pretty big Randal there. Got another Randal. Yes.
We've only got 4 people, so 5.
There's a me in here. Hold on. Got a Chris.
Dash. Fuchsia authors.
That's a good answer, Dash. Is Dash a Flutter GD?
I don't know. Are you an expert, Dash?
I would say so.
All right. Tyler, do we have something to introduce?
All right. Well, the answer here is Randal Schwartz. And of course, I think we kind of spoiled it with the YouTube thumbnail, but we have Randal Schwartz himself and Dash for this Flutter Friday.
Hey.
How are you doing, Randal?
Hi, I'm doing great. Thanks for having me on the show. This is a privilege. Thank you.
Thanks for joining us.
Yeah. And I don't think Tim Sneath qualifies there because he works for Google, and you can't work for Google and be a GDE at the same time.
That is correct.
Yeah,
that's true.
Was that a trivia question? I'm sorry. Was that the next?
No, but it can be in the future.
Right.
It certainly can be.
Right. Cool. All right.
All right. So, would you like to go on to the next slide here, Xavier?
Yeah, we can move on. So before we get into the fun, we do have to go over the rules. So as always, make sure to have fun. Please be kind and respectful to everyone. And, always add your questions in chat. We love questions. We love to answer your questions. I'll be keeping an eye on chat to make sure they're all answered. And of course, treat people as how you want to be treated, And we can move on. And Tyler, do you want to read out our prizes for today?
Sure. So if you come in first place at the end of this quiz, you will receive a $25 gift card. Second place receives $15, and third place receives $10. If you have any questions about these gift cards and receiving them, please refer to our terms and conditions that we have on our website. We had the link in the previous slide there, but if you would like them, we can also link them in the chat for you.
All right. Ready, set, flutter. Are we ready to go?
Let's do
I
it.
think we are.
Let's give people a few minutes to make sure they're on this slide, and just click the heart if you're on that slide so we know that you're in here.
Yeah. We can wait like a minute or so.
I'm getting my heart on. Did I say that out loud? I'm sorry. It's early.
The 12 out of 14 in the stream, so 13. There we go. I think that's as much as we're going to get. Here we go.
13 on the 13th. That's great.
Woo!
Got lots of people in here. And here we go.
So Dash, the mascot for Dart and Flutter, was once partially green. True or false? Oof. Randall, do you know the answer to this?
No.
Oh, really? Ooh.
I'm guessing. I'm guessing it.
It is true.
Oh,
Dash used to be
that's wrong.
green or partially green.
Wrong answer. All right. Well, this proves that these are great questions. If somebody like me can't answer them.
Am I correct in saying Dash had like a green underbelly, or like there
I
was?
think it was something. Yeah.
There
Now
is,
Ruffles,
I
right?
think it was like at least one stripe somewhere.
Was it?
It was like one of the first versions.
Mm-hmm.
Right. It never was real. It never became a plushie. Let's just put it that way.
I think
I think that's important.
at Vikings, the big one, I'm pretty sure that was that version with the green in it.
Oh,
If I'm
really?
not mistaken. I think so.
Hey, that's some good trivia
If
too.
my memory does justice, so yeah.
If Simon were here, he'd be able to answer.
Question 2.
Oh, I didn't have the leaderboard for that one. Whoops.
Oops.
Which of the following is not a widget? Oh man, these are small. I will try and read
Reorderable
them.
list view, animated modal barrier, silver child builder delegate, or queue.
I think these should be a lot bigger on your phones or computers, wherever you're taking the quiz.
It was big enough for me to read it, but it was tiny.
Sorry, we did try to order them.
Yay!
Nice.
I got points.
That's a good majority there.
A queue is a data structure, not a widget.
Ooh.
It's a very
Yeah.
handy data structure. Well, people got up there faster than I did. That's probably
There we go.
Nice.
So we've got 2 people that have answered both questions correctly.
Oh,
That's a strong lead so far.
Still a chance.
I'm
We
not
have a
even in the
lot of
top
questions.
10. There's only 13 people. I'm not in the top 10 yet. They're going to take away my GDE credential. I didn't realize that was at risk here, but apparently it is.
So this question, all built-in Flutter widgets are stateless. True or false?
Now we're competing to see who's got the fastest fingers
Oh yeah.
and can read with comprehension in the briefest amount of time.
You know what? I found that that's the hardest part for these quizzes.
Yeah.
It's reading and understanding the question and then like picking an answer as soon as possible.
Right. It's a good thing not many things in life are like this. I'd never survive.
Well, the worst thing is when it's like 3 right answers and then all of the above, and you just click the first right answer that you see
Yeah,
because you're going
yeah,
too fast.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yes, that is false. There are some stateful widgets out there. I think I've listed an example. Yes, Action Listener is an example of stateful widgets.
Scaffold.
There we go. Scaffold.
very
True.
popular
How many
one,
can we list?
I know. Yeah, let's we'll be here for a while. Go into your IDE, click on stateful widget, then click on references to, and you'll find all of them.
Yes.
It's gonna be a
And
big number.
oh, sorry. Go ahead, Xavier.
I said that's going to be a big number next to references.
Yeah. Yep.
Also, for these resources, we have a few resources throughout the presentation. Oh, is Randall up there?
I'm on the board finally. I'm ninth, but at least I'm on the board.
I'm going too fast.
If you don't have the chance to scan the QR codes for the resources, we've compiled them all in a document at the end of the presentation. So
Cool.
if you'd like to review all of the resources, you can catch them at the end.
If only,
All right.
if only I knew about Dash having a green stripe.
Ooh, we have a big question from Minu. I'm going to get back to you on that one, Minu. We'll answer that one at the end.
I'm not even looking at the chat. I'm too focused.
Don't worry about it. Flutter is what is it?
What is Flutter?
Compiler, software development kit, programming language.
Oh, I
All of the
probably got it
above.
wrong. What you just talked about a moment ago about all of the above, I screwed up.
I'm sorry.
Pretty sure I screwed up because I didn't read all the questions.
Oh no.
No. Or maybe I didn't. Maybe the first one's ruled out. It's possible.
Who knows? That's why we.
It's not a programming language. It's not a compiler. So I guess really I got it.
Okay. There you go.
We'll see.
Order of elimination.
Yes.
A bold strategy. Nice.
Yeah. Yeah. I pushed the button in the right place. Yeah. And now I just offended everyone from that part of the world. Let's see here.
Oh, let's see how the lead has changed here.
Oh,
No.
I'm up just slightly, I think.
Wow, it's
I'm
really.
8. I went from 9 to 8. All right, I'm making progress.
He's
I
climbing the
have
board.
47 more questions. I can probably make second or third.
We have a lot of questions today.
Oh, good. Oh,
We
good.
There's plenty of time for everyone.
There's plenty of time for me to screw up too.
And we're only on 5 out of 18. So
Yeah.
Oh, I
we've got-
see. Yes.
Yeah.
18. Okay.
Here we go.
I better answer faster here, but correctly.
Hero widgets in Flutter animations help you to what? Fly a widget from one screen to another, put pictures of superheroes on your screen, save other widgets from being deleted, or it is a state management tool. Yep, it is fly a widget from one screen to another. You know what? I really thought that
13 right
save other.
answers too. 13 right answers on the 13th, on Friday the 13th.
There are a lot of 13s happening today. Maybe 13's a lucky number today.
I'm hoping so.
It's the theme of the show.
7 is usually my lucky number, so this is really weird being on the 13th.
I just gotta say I'm glad no one answered state management.
Ah,
Good job.
if you had GetX there, people could answer. No, never mind. Never mind. 6th. I'm up to 6.
Woo! Random.
Ooh.
I'm cruising now.
He's got his momentum.
I got to get up in the money. I got to get to the money. That's all I care about now is getting in the money. Win, place, or show. I don't care which of the 3.
Woo! Let's go.
All
Guys, we
right.
have to beat Randall now. That's our new.
Yeah, it's gonna be easy. This is a morning for me. It's my slowest time of the day.
Here we go. Question 6.
Answer fast to get more points.
For apps not published to the Microsoft Store, you can set the app's executables file and product versions in the PubSpec file. That's a mouthful.
I don't know this one.
I don't either, and I had to guess halfway down. So
I found this one in the most recent What's New category.
I scored, but halfway down, so I only got maybe up 1 step.
There is a whole page dedicated to deploying your apps. So I
Yeah.
think we have the resource next slide, Xavier. If you are interested in deploying on Windows, there's a lot to learn from that page, so I recommend it.
There you go.
I don't want to know anything about Windows. Is that okay? I've only typed 10 commands at a Windows prompt in my life.
Do one of them involve CD?
It was. I typed LS. It didn't work. Fifth place. Woo-hoo.
Actually, what's very interesting is if you're using Windows, you can't use CD to change drives.
Oh,
Ooh.
that was a quiz inside the quiz.
Oh. I'm
So,
so meta now. I'm in a meta.
First time I learned that was very confusing.
Yep. All right. I'm crawling up there. I just have to be consistently right. That's all I have to care about. and fast.
Yeah, I find that getting them right is more important than doing it fast. You should catch all errors and exceptions in your app by setting the blank callback. It is zone flutter error.onError, error widget.builder, or platform dispatcher.onError. I am so sorry that
tiny text.
Woo! I got everyone on that one.
I got it wrong. Wait, how did I get it wrong? Huh.
Yes, I think they recently changed that. I don't think it was.
You're also not supposed to use platform dispatcher directly.
Oh,
You're supposed to
really?
do it indirectly. It actually says it. One of my clients did that, and we had to fix it.
Oh, so was that a wrong answer?
I think so. I'll have to research it after the show. and I'll let
Okay.
you know.
We have the resource page. I've listed the resources.
Okay.
Prove me wrong in the chat if anyone else agrees with Randal there. I'll give bonus points to people then.
Yeah.
And again,
I didn't go down. That's good. I'm still 5.
we got one person who got that right there.
Somebody nailed it. And moves up.
Ooh,
Nice.
sneaking your way in.
It is a
Sneak
pretty
up right
tight
behind
race
me
here,
there.
though.
Yes. All right. Okay. Give me
Question
some-
8.
Ask me something about RiverPod. Come on.
You may be a little disappointed. The Dart compiler can currently compile
Oh, I got this one.
cross-platform binaries.
I got this one right away. In fact, I just answered this without giving the answer away. I answered this in Stack Overflow yesterday.
Oh, did you?
Ooh, and I'm in the minority. Woohoo, nice.
Ooh, nice. Yes, it is false. Dart cannot compile cross-platform binaries. Again, we have all of the resources at the end if you don't want to scan these QR codes here.
I must have moved up. Let's see.
There we go.
No.
Yeah.
Whoa,
Oh,
one.
good place,
I got a
Randal.
4th.
Okay.
Almost in the money. I'm
Milan
hanging in
stole
there.
away first place.
Do we want to take a halftime break at question 9 or after question 9?
We can, I think, yeah. So this is going to be halfway after this one.
Okay.
Which class has access to the set state method? Is it state, stateful widget, stateless widget, or widget? Which class?
I have locked
Tricky,
in my
tricky.
answer.
I made sure to make these questions hard for Randal. But it looks like he's got pretty much most of these in the bag.
And I'm in the minority again. Woohoo! I'm
no,
moving
Randal
up.
got that one right.
Yes, I'm
It's
moving
hard to
up.
stump you. But you know what? I am pretty proud. I think I'm stumping a lot of people this time.
Yeah, that was a good one. That's a clever one because you can really misinterpret when you have that. But the whole reason you can call set state inside build in a stateful widget is because set state is part of state, which
Oh.
build is also part of for a stateful widget. Yes.
Nice work, everyone that got that correct.
Yeah, all 3 of us. I hope I'm moving up. I hope I'm in the money. Am I in the money?
I think so. I think that might put you.
No.
Oh,
Oh,
First place.
not only am I the money, I'm number one. Woohoo! Now you're going to ask really difficult questions about deploy and
Yeah, the difficulty spike is just gonna through the roof now for the last 9.
Right. Well, cool. Well, I would be embarrassed if I didn't at least get in the money on this show.
So I guess for our halftime break, we should ask our special guest some questions, Xavier.
Sure.
I have one off the top of my head, and then if anyone else has any questions for Randal, please feel free to put them in the chat.
I'll take a look at the chat. That's probably a good idea too.
I can pull them up for you on the screen. Let's pull the game out for a minute. The first big question we have here is from Minu. If builders build widgets on demand, then why don't we wrap or extract widgets with or as builders?
Because a widget itself is a builder. You don't need to wrap a widget with a builder when it's already a builder. That's what that build method is in the middle of your widget, by the way. That's what it's doing.
And I believe in some cases doing something like this can make it will give you issues when you try to hot reload that thing that's wrapped in that builder. So
the key thing to remember is that you do want to have builder boundaries to make sure that only part of your widget needs to be rebuilt when certain things change. So you got to think about having builders in the middle of your other widget, or what I like to do is refactor that out to a separate widget, because then it can decide. There's a great video done by Craig from Flutter Vikings that talks about the life cycle of a widget, and it is wonderful. It describes all in detail. If you ever wondered what scheduling an after frame does, or a micro task, or whatever, it is a beautiful video. It's in the Flutter Vikings in the Flutter community YouTube channel.
Randal, you can send me the link to that, and I'll put it in the resource document that we have for everyone.
Let's see if
that'd be great. And if you can think of any other resources, I'm happy to throw them in there.
Yeah, that's a good one.
And
that one explained things to me. That was nice. I mean, I should know all this stuff already, but Craig went into such great details about how each step, and that there's like 5 stages of how the scheduler is in, like idle versus processing callbacks, things like that. Really cool. Cool.
We have another one from Minu.
Okay. Hi,
Minu. How about we?
Extend stateless with state. Can we access a state? You can't extend a stateless with state. It doesn't work that way. The stateful widget has a different architecture at its top level that permits calling create state to be able to get the state as part of it. And there's no equivalent of that in a stateless widget.
I'm seeing from this that we should have more state questions.
Well, then I'd win better. That's the thing. I mean, I've already made it to number 1 now.
Do we need a state-themed episode?
I think so. Do we have any specialists out there that work with just states? We need to find them. That's a good idea. We got to put that one in the.
Cool. Yeah.
Oh, we got another question, but one for Randal.
One's for you.
What are your hobbies, Randal? What do you get up to?
Do I have time for hobbies? Let's see. My hobbies are hanging out online and telling people. My 2 favorite hobbies, just thinking really quickly, is I do karaoke 3 or 4 nights a week.
Ooh.
That's a lot.
And I have been on cruise ships winning karaoke contests.
Really?
So
winning them?
On my resume, my simple resume, I have any wins karaoke contests from time to time. It's actually on my resume.
I have a lot of respect for people that do karaoke. I've done it once, and I almost had a heart attack.
I did it to deliberately get over my stage fright. And in fact, there's another link for your list eventually. If you Google right now for Randal Schwartz karaoke for fun and profit, there is a YouTube video of my talk at one of those Ignite conferences. One of the things that O'Reilly set up with you have 5 minutes and 15 slides and you don't control them. Those things. I did one of those on karaoke and how karaoke actually created an entire industry of our cruise ship stuff that we were doing and all sorts of things. So yeah, so there's karaoke. The other thing I do is I post pictures of my food every day. And because I like to just get the composition just right. And what's funny is I publish so many of those that Google has added those to all their searches for things in the area on Google Maps and stuff. And I've gotten 450,000 different images that I've taken over the years now being referenced by Google Maps.
Oh my God.
450,000 hits, not that many images, but that many hits. So they give me free stuff. I get the extended Google Meet that allows 100 people and stuff. I mean, just for posting pictures.
Really?
So, yeah, it's kind of cool.
Wow.
And I have about 20 friends that every time I post a picture, within 5 minutes, they've made comments on it. Which is really cool.
There you go. Tip for anyone that wants to get started on that type of stuff.
Yeah.
You get free things from Google.
Yeah, exactly.
All right. We have time for one more question.
I think we have 2 more, right?
2 more questions.
We just finish off these 2. These will be the last 2 questions. Okay. We have, is using value listenable builder better than using set state?
Riverpod's better. Ignore all that stuff.
There's your answer.
There you go.
Riverpod solves a lot of problems.
And then can you please tell us what exactly differentiates list view from list view builder? Following up my first question.
I can answer this.
It could be a quiz question.
This would be a great question, actually. Yeah. So a list view builder, you give it a formula to build item 17. A list view without builder, you have to give it all items 1 to 25 as a list already prepared. That's the big difference. Builder lets you incrementally build them. If you're only just looking up data anyway, a list view is a little simpler to use than a list view builder. But if you have to do something to calculate those, a list view builder is better. It's also good if you have a lot of items and computing individual items, individual views, individual list tiles or whatever is somewhat expensive. Then yeah, list view builder means you only have to build the ones that are on screen plus a couple that are off screen. And that's all you end up calculating on your initial load. So it's a little bit faster.
Yeah, definitely brush up on list view and list view builder. That is a really good question for next time.
It is. It's awesome.
So in short, list view builder is like the recipe and the ingredients, whereas list view is the completed pie.
Yeah.
Or completed pies, I guess.
Now, the thing that a list view gives you that a list view builder doesn't is that before we had list view separated, which I'm sure some of you have seen, really cool because you put like dividers between and stuff. Mm-hmm. A list view, since you're providing the entire list, you could compute your own dividers essentially and put them in wherever you need to. That's extremely difficult to do with builder because all you're getting from builder is an index number and you have to figure out, so between items 4 and 5, I want one of my dividers. And then when they ask for 5, I really give them item 4. It gets really tricky to do that. So you need to do it the other way where you just give them the list with, like mapping stuff over to get widgets and stuff. Yeah.
Really good questions from chat. Thank you guys.
Yeah. Minu is, I think, a regular on the Hump Day. So I've seen that name before there. Or maybe in one of the places I spend time, like Discord or something. I can't tell. The name's familiar, though.
All right. Are we ready to get back into it?
Let me pull the right screen up. There we go.
Oh, I think my camera's kind of going out of focus.
All right.
Oh, that's okay.
Oh, we're losing Tyler. We've got blurry Tyler
Really?
with us.
Oh, no.
Oh, no.
Bring me back. That's okay.
You've been de-rezzed.
Go on without me.
All right. Moving on. I think everybody should be ready to go now. Question 10.
Get ready to play Randal.
Here we go.
I'll play Randal then.
The Casual Games Toolkit utilizes what state management structure? Who here has used the Casual Games Toolkit?
I'm guessing, but only because I have some familiarity. It may or may not be something I said earlier. That's deliberate.
Or is Randall sabotaging everyone?
I'll never tell. Although you'll find out in a second.
It is Provider.
Got it!
I'm sorry to say, but it is Provider, not Riverpod.
Right.
Don't let Randall's schemes get you.
Clever. Provider used to be like the only thing that the Flutter team ever used. And now that Riverpod is so much more mature now, they're starting to use Riverpod. Like there's this new series of videos. Actually, yeah, for the Flutter Forward stuff, they're using Riverpod there. So it's starting to get more mainstream for them. And Remy has said, Provider's still there. I'm not going to take it away, but I'm not going to do any more maintenance on it. It's done. And so Riverpod's where all the new cool stuff is.
Mm-hmm. Nice. Good job for getting that right. Because I had no idea before I looked this up.
I just guessed it as Provider, yes. Right. Again,
and good job to the two others that got that.
Yeah.
I wonder if they've used the toolkit.
Yep.
I think I also linked the resources on the next slide, Xavier,
Cool.
for those that are interested.
There you go. Ooh, lots
And
of
again-
hearts.
Again, these are all listed at the end, so if you don't want to scan right now, it's okay.
Do we have a leaderboard? We do. Ooh.
And there's Randall taking a huge lead now. Oh no. We still have time, you guys. We still have time.
I could slip, 2,000 points.
It is possible. That's only 2 questions. And there's 8 left, including
Right.
one.
I could have a brain blank on the next one. You never know.
So does Dart come with sound null safety? Yes or no?
And my answer is locked in. 0.739 seconds.
0.7, really? Woo. Did you even read it?
Yes, apparently I did.
Yes, Dart does come with sound null safety.
Well, I
I've
did.
heard
The
that.
answer was yes, even before the answers came up. So
Oh, I should have switched it around. I should have put no on top.
Could have been. Yeah, could have gotten me. But
All
this
right.
one a lot of people got.
Yeah,
Dart didn't used to come with sound null safety. That's a fairly recent invention in the Dart history. Dart's been around for 10 years. So when you guys are looking at it from the Flutter perspective, you have to realize I was doing Dart 10 years ago.
I'm going to turn up the music here. I want to...
Way up there. Way up there. All right. Oop. Get ready to play Randall. I'm going to play Randall.
Here we go. Question 12.
Enter fast.
Dash, Flutter's mascot, has a blank beak. Is it straight, round, cone-shaped, or yellow? Everyone look at your Dash.
I know what it's not.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Here we go. Is
Like
this
they're
it?
gone wrong.
It's straight. It is
Oh, I
not.
did it! I got it!
No!
Oh my god, I'm pulling further ahead.
Even though it looks like it's cone-shaped, in the documentation, it
Right.
does say straight.
Yes. This
Nice
one
job.
was arguably ambiguous.
I'm going strictly off the documentation, not special.
Yeah, okay. That's good. There
Nice.
is official
I see you,
branding
David.
materials for Dart and Flutter, and they have the dash in there. So it's you should look at that. Flutter.dev/branding and Dart.dev/branding.
I'll add that to the resource document. We got a lot of resources this time.
Hey, I'm full of it. Full of resources. Yes. Oh, question 13 on day 13. This will
Here
be
we go.
Oh, this is it. Flutter provides blank FPS and sometimes blank FPS.
I just gotta find the right answers. There. Got it.
8120, 3080, 6120, or 6080. Oof.
Tricky.
This was a tough one. I couldn't tell you the answer to this one.
I got it in 1.9 seconds. Just to find the right one.
Ooh, nice work, everyone. That's a
Yay.
pretty strong majority.
120 only on the right hardware.
Yes, that is correct. That is listed out on that page there that we've linked. Water break,
And only if
everyone.
you don't do stupid things and build. Start dropping frames, you don't get that kind of rate.
Randall ahead by 3,000 points? Oh my god. You're gonna have to disqualify me.
That isn't what I heard at the beginning.
Here we go. Question 14. We still have time. I believe in all
Yes.
of you.
I could still screw up the next three like big time.
In the 2.16 release of Dart, the new Dart doc command replaced what? D-doc, Dart-doc, Dart doc, or DD? I don't think anyone in here will get it, personally speaking.
Am I in there? I'm not in there. But yeah,
What?
Not
How
it.
did all of you know that?
because
What?
that's what we used to invoke.
Dang it.
We used
Yes,
to have to install Dart doc from Global Activate, and then we could run it. Actually, Dart doc was provided as one of the binaries in the original distro.
Man, I thought for sure that one would get people.
Yeah.
Darn. Nice job, everyone.
What
What
is
is Dart
Dart doc? Hey, what's Dart doc? We need a Bugs Bunny there. No, they've completely made Disney mad at us here.
Ooh,
Warner Brothers.
777 points.
Oh, wow.
Pretty
Really?
lucky.
Yeah.
And now they're at 7077. That's
Ooh,
some luck.
yes. My score is almost binary.
It is.
11106. Get ready to play, Randall.
Come on, I believe in everyone. I believe. What stable version of Dart are we on right now?
Yeah.
It's a tough one.
Ooh, it
Whoa.
is.
Tyler, when was the last release, Tyler?
It was yesterday.
No, that wasn't stable. That was beta.
It's stable.
There's none
It's
of
not
stable.
It is. It's on the documentation.
I got it though.
What?
In the minority. Because
Why can't we
218.8 didn't
you,
look
Red?
right. 218.7 felt closer. Yeah. I could have typed a command and figured it out, but no.
Yeah, we did that. Nice job to three. I feel like we've gotten consecutively like 3 people getting it correct. Randall being one of them every time.
This one's a
No,
tough.
no, I
tough
screwed up on the couple of them already. I mean, that's how I got below, but now I've been pretty much nailing them.
I still believe though there is still a chance.
Still a chance. Only if I get some negative points on this next one.
3 questions left.
I'll probably screw up on this now. Hold on.
The const keyword can help optimize your code. True or false? This question is in 2 parts, by the way.
Yeah. So I have 2 chances to make mistakes.
It's true. Oh man.
That's an easy. That's a gimme almost. Sorry for the one person that answered false on that. Just got some learning to do.
And you know what? That's why we're here.
That's right.
We are all here to learn, and that's why we have all of the resources listed for you as well.
That's why you go to flutter.dev/community and you find out from there how to get a hold of Discord and Slack and Stack Overflow and Reddit. And I am in all those places answering questions all the time.
Oh, so that's probably why you're so good at this, because you're used to seeing all these questions.
Yeah. You know, if it's something people ask me, I've already know it because I've had to answer it.
Here we go. Let's go to part 2.
17 of 18.
Get ready to play, Randall.
Here we go.
They're missing a comma there. That's driving me nuts.
If a late variable is never used, it is never initialized. True or false?
I have a comment, but it would give away the answer.
You guys are too good at those simple variables, aren't you?
Final variables at the global level and the class static level also are never initialized until they're needed.
Ooh.
So it's possible those don't get initialized either.
Okay, I'm gonna have to look into that one. That may be a new question for next time.
It's a subtle one. I'm sure many people would not understand that.
I actually found a recent bug in some of my code because of this.
Really?
Because I essentially created a wrapper for around .env, and I was using final in the class. So if you try to use those variables before they're called, they get set with final as null, and they're permanently null if you don't load first. So I had to put in an error warning just to let people know, hey, load this before you use it.
Yeah.
So it was quite tricky.
One place this shows up is when you have a RiverPod provider. It's always like final foo equals something at a global level. That code never gets called until somebody calls ref watch on it. That never actually executes anything until the first ref watch.
I hope everyone's taking notes.
And signs up for my class. That's what this is really doing here. Not sure what a late variable is.
We have plenty of documentation about it.
Yeah.
There you go. And the leaderboard?
The opposite of an early variable. Ooh, got some points.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, we got a change in position. Second swap to third.
It's close. It's close between second and third. And everyone.
Here we go. Good luck, guys. This is the last question we're coming up on. Oh, how ready are you?
Wait.
Oh, there we go. Whoa. Everybody's confident.
Yeah.
And ready.
I believe that everyone's confident and ready.
We're supposed to know how to code. Uh-oh.
Nice. I thought about doing that one, but
all right. Here we go. We got
more
a nice
people voting for that one.
Yeah, just kidding. We will not be doing the last question just yet. Here's another fun question for no points. I'm sure most of you know that we are having, well, not us, but Flutter is having their Flutter Forward event coming up. And what would you like to see announced there?
Flutter 4. Okay.
All right. Flutter for WatchOS. More animations. Yes, I'm always down for more animations.
New platform support. What platforms? Anything in particular?
Yeah, please. I think you're allowed up to 3
New
submissions.
state management?
No, for some reason I was allowed one.
Oh, really?
Well,
put it in the chat. what platforms you want
I
to
did
see?
Flutter 4, but it also Dart 3 I would also put there on the list.
Risk 5 and beta. Ooh. A new feature, new cool stuff. Cross-compiling. Apple Watch support. Improvement to Flutter Web. Okay.
Cross compilation to Kotlin. Nobody.
Everyone's expecting a lot from this event.
What was the new one? I can't find it.
I think it says improvement to Flutter Web. That one?
No, I already said that one. There was another one though.
Impeller.
Uh-oh.
Impeller can be there.
I don't know.
There are too many.
There's
Any
already a changelog entry for the deprecations introduced by Dart 3, and you can go see that.
Ooh.
Google for changelog Dart SDK, and changelog, all caps. If you Google for that, or you just go to the SDK GitHub, there are already about 100 lines of text for what Dart 3 deprecates.
Awesome. And I guess we'll add that to the resource list too.
Yep. Sure. Why not?
All right. Now let's actually get to the last question.
Okay. All right. Hands poised over the buzzers. All right.
Here we go.
Countdown begins.
Answer fast to get more points.
Dart classes can implement blank mixins. 0, only 1, at most 3 or as many as needed.
Oh boy.
2.8
How well do you
answers
know your
for me to
mixins?
get 2.88 seconds for me to get to the right answer.
Oh, nice work, everyone, or the majority.
And the final
There we go.
leaderboard.
Who's got it? Who's got it?
Oh no!
Wow. Oh,
Ooh.
you got a
Ooh.
swap out in the first
Yeah,
second.
look at that. Won by just 100 points. Well
So-
done, everyone.
I think.
Yay!
What do we have? We have our form
We have the
info.
submission form next, yes.
So-
So if you came first, second, or third, please submit your, I think it prompts you for your name and email address.
Yes. If you're not in the top 3, please don't enter your information. We don't want it.
Even though we love all of you, we just, we don't like handling data.
Yeah. We want to protect your privacy.
Exactly. So if you do actually have more questions, we have our Q&A up after the submissions.
Yep. I'm here still. I will answer anything. And if you miss me here, like I said, you can go to Discord or Slack or ask your question on Stack Overflow. I'll probably see it. Stack Overflow, though, is getting a little tough because now it's something like 300 or 400 messages a day
Wow.
about Flutter and Dart.
Wow.
Whereas, 3 years ago, it was like maybe 50 questions a day, and I could actually read every one of them. Now I have to skim the headlines, and it's sadly too much. It's drinking from the fire hose.
You know what, though? It is a good thing to see because it means
Oh,
that
yeah.
more people are, trying and failing, which is
Yeah.
always a good thing.
It's excellent. And the great thing about Stack Overflow is it's Googleable. So what happens then is that it becomes a resource block.
Yeah.
And it's been vetted by those of us that come along and go, that wasn't a good answer, which happens.
Or sometimes an answer just goes out of date over time.
That's true too. I've had a couple of my earliest answers be now, and now, by the way, this could be done this way. Like there didn't used to be a way to do finalizers. And so my earlier answer to that was, no, you can't tell when a variable goes out of scope. It's not, we don't have like Java finalizers. And then they've added it in 2.17 or 2.16, one of the recent releases. So now, in fact, yes, you can hook code in when a variable goes out of scope, you can be notified and do something with it. This would actually make the whole mechanism where we do stuff in dispose pointless. But it would require a major change to the existing framework.
Next slide, Xavier, please.
Yeah, I'm going to move on.
Yes, here you go. If you have questions,
Guys? What?
now is the time.
You can
Okay.
put questions in Menti, or we can also do questions in YouTube chat if you've already closed Menti.
Yeah.
Either works.
Oh, and also while we're here, I can change the access of the resource document because I have it locked in case anyone keeps it open in between Flutter Fridays.
Another Minu question. Why are few packages by Google or Flutter and Google Teams aren't being added to the SDK and handling them externally from Pub?
So the point of having some of the packages actually be core team developed and managed, but be part of the pub, is they can have a different release cycle and a different deprecation cycle. So in other words, they can go from version 4 to version 5 of GoRouter and break things that were in 4. But if that was part of the Flutter release, then they'd have to wait for Flutter 3 to come out or Flutter 4 to come out. So that's why. It's because they have different release cycles. That was fast. Any other questions? I could ask myself a question.
Go for it.
Yeah, if you have a question for yourself, Randall,
No, I don't. I've answered everything I ever need. It's okay.
I have a question for you, Randall.
Sure.
What is your favorite part of Flutter? What do you love most about Flutter?
The thing that sold me on it day one, which is hot reload.
I am completely there with you.
Yeah.
I
I'll
love
tell you,
Hot Reload.
my origin story about how I got into Flutter is that I'd been working with Dart. A friend of mine, Wim Wheeler, was a Google DevRel for quite a while in the Flutter area. And he was working in downtown Portland. I've known him for 30 years, lives here in Portland. And I went to go visit him and at least hope that I'd get a free lunch out of it, which is true. I mean, Google buys me lunch, so it was great. But I went there with the intent of telling him that I wanted to do a book and trainings on Angular Dart, which at the time was interesting and cool. But he looks at me and he just shakes his head and says, you don't want to do anything on Angular Dart. Now, what he couldn't tell me at the time is that Google had already decided to break external support for Angular Dart. But he couldn't tell me that out loud because that's still company secret at that point. So he says, and he walks me over to his desk and he shows me Hot Reload. And he said, this is what you should be working on. And I look at him and I go, this is a game changer. He looks back at me and he goes, no. And so that was my start to Flutter, was having seen Hot Reload. Now, what I didn't know is that he had actually chatted with, I think, Casper, or one of the chief guys, his boss's boss, essentially, before I had gotten there. And they already knew who I was because I had done the Floss Weekly shows. And they had told him, under no condition, to let him out of the building without him going Flutter, 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 Flutter. And my friend Wim did a great job of that. And as a result, I'm sitting here talking to you today.
So, funny thing, as a part of your story, we have a very good follow-up question, which is, when can we expect good support for Angular Dart?
I think it's still, do you mean Google provided support? Because that's never coming back. The reason is that the internal Angular Dart has forked and gone off in a different direction. But the fork that was present at the time, or the code base that was present at the time that they just announced that, is now being maintained by a group of really enthusiastic volunteers as a community. So it is still alive and well. You can still choose Angular Dart tomorrow on a new project and have confidence that it's going to be around for a while. We were just chatting the other day with the head guy, and he says, yeah, I'm not planning on going away. I'm here and I'm coordinating, and we've got people making contributions. And so it's still an active project. It's just not being the same one that Google's using internally for AdSense and AdWords and a few other properties. But yeah, AdSense and AdWords is still in Angular Dart, just on the inside. So it's still a viable technology. It still has a place, even though we now have Flutter Web. Hummingbird is what was originally known as. That would be a good trivia question too. What was the original name for Flutter? Hummingbird. Flutter Web. And now I'm distracting myself. Anyway, so the community-based Angular Dart is still supported, but it's supported by community.
All right, and then our next question is, what are the different ways to be active in the Flutter community?
Join the Discord, join the Slack, answer questions for other people. If you have a favorite package and it has bugs or it needs new features, contact the developers and they submit pull requests if they ask for it. You can submit bug reports. I've had about a dozen things changed in the Flutter distro, and all I've done is submitted bug reports. But a developer needs the bug reports. They don't necessarily know that something's wrong unless we ask about it. So please never hesitate to submit a bug report or a feature request, because that drives development a lot of the time. That's the way open source works.
Sometimes they can help you faster as well, even if they do know about it, right? So
right. Or you can then see that other people are having the same problem or whatever, and maybe group together and try to find a workaround that works for everybody. Yeah, I mean, there's many ways to contribute to open source in general and to the Flutter projects in particular. Don't expect to contribute a pull request to the Flutter core. It really takes a lot of specialized knowledge. I'm not saying I don't expect anybody here to do that. I'm just saying it does take a lot of specialized knowledge. But there are a lot of other things you can do, like some of those third-party packages, some of those second-party packages, or some of the Google packages that are separate, like GoRouter and things like that. You can definitely, make a difference in those. So, because they're a lot more boxed in and they're kind of self-contained.
Oops. There we go. Answered. And out of all the food pics you've taken, what are your favorite to take pictures of, and what are your favorite to eat?
I take the picture of the food I'm eating, so that's always my favorite. I'm about to satisfy. What really is sort of weird is I'm so obsessed about this that the food comes. The very first thing I do is grab my phone, take the picture, and then I've got to post it to both Facebook and Yelp. Facebook and Foursquare. Well, whatever Foursquare is now, Swarm. So I post to Swarm and Facebook, like even while the food is now getting cold. It's like, I got to do this first, because I also have to make sure the picture's good, because I don't want to mess the food up before the picture's taken. It's like, I'm kind of OCD about that. So let's see if did I actually answer the whole question? Let's see. What are my favorites to take pictures of? The favorite ones are the ones that sort of have a good horizontal rectangle frame, so that they fit well, in that kind of a profile, because all my pictures are pretty much landscape for food. I stopped taking these darn profile pictures, guys. It's like, your eye goes this way, it doesn't go this way. So always turn your camera, please. So the ones that sort of fit well in there. I also want one where the background's not distracting, so I got to kind of move around a little bit. I can try to do composition, and it's fun and it's work.
I bet you no one was expecting to learn photography when they joined Flutter Fridays.
Yeah. And I used to carry, a digital camera in my pocket all the time, and now I do with my phone. I have my phones. Even this is my iPhone 8. It's old, but it still works fine, and that's what I take a lot of great pictures with now. So it's great stuff. I can't wait to get a new phone eventually when I make a few more bucks than I have now. And
we have a couple more questions.
We
Please.
do, yes. Trying to show an overlay from the builder property of material.router. Did we run out of characters or something? I didn't realize it was missing.
Oh.
David, do you want to rewrite your question in chat? We'll move on.
We'll have to, yeah.
What do you think of Flame and Dart Frog?
I guess that's for me still. I haven't used either of them. I like what Dart Frog is beginning to do. We need a good back end solution. I mean, the core team is providing Shelf, which is great, but it's still pretty low level. And to have Dart Frog from Very Good Ventures sit on top of that and provide a lot of things that can plug in. The Shelf architecture is really great, though. They thought a lot building that, because it is very pluggable, very much in terms of generating, the various things that have to be generated to go through from a request to a response. Very nice stuff. And Dart Frog is great. A lot of things Very Good Ventures does is great. I now am a firm believer in Very Good Analytics, which replaces the granted lints with a bunch of much stronger lints. And boy, I tell you, it can really help your code development. So Very Good Analytics package name. Check that out. That's again from the VGV people. So they're friends with
the resources.
Yep.
Randy, if you can remember all of the resources you've listed.
I'm gonna have to go back and play the show. That's the only way I'm gonna be able to get this. I remember what I said. You'll have to play the show and just send me the list. That way it saves me time. I need these 11 resources. No, these 14.
All right. So this is David's question. So
I don't see the question.
It's the same one. I think he's having an issue. He said does not show up is supposed to be the end.
I suppose. Let me see. An overlay belongs to the current navigator page. And if you're on a different route, overlay is not going to show up the same way. I think that's part of the problem because, overlay is managed in Material app. And that's also where the navigator is sitting. And overlay is sort of hanging out next to that. And I have a feeling that you're navigating off and so the overlay goes away too. I don't know exactly. I haven't done a lot with overlay yet.
And
We have another question from you.
Oh.
I'm pretty
What
sure
is-
the Flutter website is built on Flutter, isn't it?
No.
No, it's not? Really?
No, and the reason is that they don't want to pay that 2 or 3 second penalty when somebody first hits it. It's an unfortunate thing that you can't really make websites with Flutter because of that. You can make web apps, but you can't really make websites. I'm actually have been toying around with the idea of having the first hit essentially load down a shell and the first page, and be able to, as you move around, navigate to other pages that would be done by dynamically making REST calls from your server, and probably written up in Markdown or something. And so it would do a Markdown to a widget translator to actually present them. So it'd be essentially you're downloading a mini browser. And I have that idea for that. Someday when I get enough spare time, I want to pursue that, because it'd be a fun project to basically, and that would keep you from paying the penalty on every changed page, which right now you either have to download all your content on the first hit, or you have to do something like what I just said to be able to deliver the content as needed. But it's still going to pay that first 1 or 2 second, even on fast networks, that penalty before you get loaded and running.
All right. Are there any more questions? I think that is about it. And I think we're kind of going over time too today.
Well, given that we do this every week on Hump Day Q&A on Wednesdays, where we say the show's only going to go an hour and it goes 2.5 hours, I'm sort of used to this. So you guys can blame me for running over.
That's okay.
Part of my karma.
Oh, it's okay. I mean, it's much more fun having the opportunity to learn all these things and answer all these questions, right?
Yep.
We all learn from each other, so.
Well,
And we mostly learn from Randal today.
Yeah, we did.
Oh, I've on previous shows, I've actually sometimes come across one thing that I didn't know already, and go, oh, okay, check that out. So yeah, there have been some great questions on the show so far. It's one of the
Thank you. That's why we do it.
Yeah, it's great.
There's a lot to know about Flutter and Dart.
Wonderful. Yeah.
All
Well,
right.
thank you so much, Randal, for joining us. Thank you to everyone who played. Really good job. And all of the things that we spoke about today, where we said that's a good question for next time, study up.
Yeah.
All right. I guess with that, happy Flutter Friday, everyone.
Happy New Year.
Enjoy your
Happy Friday the 13th.
Yep.
Yeah. Off to go take a picture of food now.
Bye, everyone.